What's going on, everybody? Canuck here. Welcome to episode 9 of our complete course construction series, and we're back at number 2. The most talked about golf hole on the internet, I feel. As everyone's got an opinion about this thing, it's still not there yet. But I am thinking of maybe a bit of a radical change to it that might work. I feel like there's too many trees on the right. But yeah, I'm getting comments, no trees, lots of trees. I, I honestly don't know here. This hole's been a struggle from the start. I think it's almost there, but it's not quite there. So I have an idea. I was actually talking to Ben, B101, master guru designer, who started by learning from me, and now I learned from him. He gave me an idea of maybe dropping this cliff and maybe bringing the fairway out a little more, maybe, and creating almost like an infinity fairway. And then that would open things up. It would make things a bit tougher on the tee shot. I'm not even worrying about the green right now. We're going to fix the green too. We're basically going to rebuild this hole from the ground up. But I think we're going to try something like that today. So we're basically going to blow up hole 2 again. Because we have to get this look down. I know some of you might be like, oh my god, hole 2 again. I'm sick of this hole. Can we move on? No, sorry. This is the whole process, and I ain't moving away from hole 2 until I'm mostly happy with it. So, too bad. Skip the episode if you don't like it. Anyway, let's get going here. As we're at 5 hours, 31 minutes. Probably, in my opinion, going a little bit slower than I normally would be. People were asking what music I'm listening to. I'm listening to Harris Heller. He does a lot of royalty-free, copyright-free music on Spotify, so he's great for avoiding copyright strikes and stuff like that. And he's got a whole bunch of mix of chill stuff and rock, and he's got everything. So definitely check him out. Okay, so we're going to start by all these nice pine trees that we put in. Deleting them. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Only about up to here. Ooh, I could see this working already. And now what we're going to do is I am going to bring this down quite a bit. In other words, we're going to make a bit of a cliff here. And I think this might just work. And then Ben's a genius, and you have to make sure you go follow Ben on YouTube if you haven't. I'm sure most of you are following him, but if you're not, B101 TGC over on YouTube. He's a genius. And he's a genius, because I like this instantly. What a guy. What a guy. Is that honestly like all we needed? I mean, it's not there yet, but that's kind of what I want. I think we were so obsessed with like a little hill at there. Kind of got away from, it's just simple. How close do we want to bring the cliff? That's the, we do about there. Oh my goodness. We might have a breakthrough on hole 2. I instantly like this. So much better now. The man is a genius. I will not take credit for it. It's not there yet, but it's a definite improvement. We're going to work on the cliff a little bit. Get a little more cliffy. Is that a word? Cliffy? Appreciate the questions for Canuck that were coming in. I'll try to answer a few of those today. But yeah, keep those coming. If you got some more design style questions, I can answer them kind of while I'm building. So I think that'll kind of be fun. How does this look? Have I fixed this golf hole? Almost. Oh yeah, that's scary now. That's real scary now. Okay, I think it's still a little flat off the tee. I think. Just gonna play with a few ideas, maybe lifting. Maybe part of it up. So yeah, I know I've been getting, lots of ideas, suggestions, things like that. I appreciate them. I read them. No guarantees I'm going to use everyone's suggestions, because obviously that's too much. It's my golf course, obviously. That is miles better. Miles better. That's all we needed. Just needed to cut off some land. And that's a terrifying tee shot now. But I'll give him a little bit of camber there. Yeah, I like that. I like it. Okay. So I think that's pretty much done. But now we got to go to the green, because the green's not quite there yet. It's kind of meh. Wonder if we can do work on like some undulation around the green, like just maybe make like some big undulations here, just to I don't know, kick anything that goes, anything short is just like a mess. Not too much. Play around with some undulations, maybe. Kind of looks cool in the sun, too. Makes it look a little bit more. Sure, maybe that bump is a little bit too much going on there. That might be a little bit more fun for a shorter shot in. My God, we've been struggling with hole 2 for so long, and we may have solved it. We may have solved it. Yeah, it opens it up. Now, I'm still... Do we still need trees at all on the right side? Yeah, that little slope there is kind of fun. I'm gonna save it. I'm happy with it. What if I took all the trees out? How would she look? How would she look if we ripped them all out? A little more dead. I think I kind of like the trees in there. Yeah, I think we're going to keep them. Yep. I think that makes it just a lot more fun. And then, yeah, we still gotta, there's still a lot of... This could be real make or break here, so we really gotta kind of consider routing. Kind of where 4 is gonna go. Really liking 3. We still need to do some, like, underbrush planting, because right now it's very... We got trees down, but we don't have a lot of, like, underbrush, which I feel like we need a little bit of. So maybe we'll do some of that, and I can answer some Canuck questions, because that's going to be a little on the boring side. So this is where I like to kind of turn my brain off and do a little planting, see what happens. So I'm going to take a look at a few from the episode 8 comments. And we have Shane Dusholk. I don't know. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. He is a Knucklehead membership. So if you're interested in membership, check out my channel on membership options. Join the Discord, all that stuff. Yeah. He says, as for someone who just got the game, would you recommend just taking a plot and practicing making different types of holes to try things and get used to menus before tackling an actual course? Maybe it's make a 3-hole mini course. I have all these ideas, but what takes you 3 hours will take me 10 because I don't know where to find stuff on the menu. Absolutely. There's no rush for you to jump in and build your first course. So just play. Jump into the designer. See what works. See what doesn't. Build some test holes. You don't need to build an 18-hole course right away. Why do you need to? Some people spend hundreds of hours without even designing anything. So yeah, just have fun with it. You don't need to do anything right now. So what I'm doing here is I kind of like to hide a lot of my tree stumps with bushes. I don't know. It's always something I've liked doing. Not all of them, but I don't know. Just kind of makes things interesting, I guess. I don't want to do too much planting in here. Still not sure if I'm gonna put some like sandy dunes in here too. We were playing around with that in the last episode, right? So still not sure. Gonna give that a go or not. So we're kind of back to doing some hole 1 planting, but this would be a nice little area where we can do some maybe more focused planting. This little cliff side here. Just mixing up a few different types of bushes. Sure, it's too much overkill. Sometimes I have a tendency of doing. We'll put in a few grass here. Single plant in here, just some of this rough, patchy kind of stick 'em up grass. More of the desert grass, right? I kind of like these because they tend to stick out a little bit more. Or just single plant a bit just to save some. So we might kind of plant like that in and around here. A bit more detailed planting kind of in around this area. And I mean, a lot of people, I get a lot of questions and a lot of frustration around planting. And it's like, how do I get good at planting? There's no shortcut. Honestly, I wish to say there was. Like, here's the magic trick to be really good at planting. There's not. It's just, you have to have both. You have to have a bit of a knack for it. You kind of have to know, okay, what works, what doesn't. And you have to have the patience. There's just no way around it. You can't like, oh, I want to build the most spectacular looking golf hole in 25 minutes. Doesn't work. You have to put in the time. No shortcuts. When you look at guys like Arctic Fury, I just played his new course tonight. What was it called? Daisy Village, I think. And everything is just immaculate there. I'm not saying that's what you need to strive for, because I'm not even remotely at that level, but he puts in the time. And that's the only way you're going to get better. Okay, so I mean, this kind of looks all right, I guess. Do a little bit more grass planting. Oops. Let's put in a little bit of that. We'll do a little bit of multi-planting because I'm lazy and I want this to go faster. There we go. This course looking a little different from when she started. What if I tried to just wedge some sand in there? What would that look like? Let's use kind of in between the planting. It wouldn't be overly visible, but it would be in there. Kind of like it. Kind of like it. And I wonder if it looks okay if I plant around here. Or I put in some dunes around there too. Yeah, that could work. There's no rules to dunes. Like that looks pretty neat, I think. We might add to that dune at some point, but it gives us an idea of what we could potentially do with this golf course. Kind of the inner planting. Add a few dunes like that. I think that looks kind of cool. I think that looks kind of cool. All right, so we got a little bit more planting and such to do here. So do we have any other Canuck questions? Nick Roberts says, what do you do for work? Have you ever done this in real life? What was the inspiration for building courses? You're really methodical with your planting. Great work. Love the courses. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate it. What do I do for work? I am a high school math and science teacher. I have 0 experience in course design. Absolutely nothing. Inspiration for building courses. I mean, I am a fairly avid golfer. I'm not a great golfer, but I always was intrigued by golf course design. And like as a kid, I was a weird kid. I would like to, I'd grab big pieces of paper and instead of drawing, pictures of things, I would draw golf course overheads. And I just thought it was fun. I thought, well, it'd be cool to build my own golf course. And this game came out, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like a dream come true. Because I really liked playing like Sid Meier's Sim Golf. Remember that one where you can make kind of like the pixely, blocky golf courses? Like those were I really liked doing that. And then I was like, but it wasn't really great. And then all the other course designers were way too complicated for me. And this hit the sweet spot of like, you can do a lot with it, and it's pretty easy to learn. What am I doing here? I think I'm gonna avoid that. I want to put something here. There's a nice little depression here. I don't know what's gonna go here though. Maybe just more of a smattering. We've tried this already, haven't we? This is like take 2 of this thing. I feel like that just would catch your eye kind of nicely and kind of bring it up into the trees here. I don't like that. And then go pretty simple on the trees. But yeah, I'm no course design experience at all. Just a guy that likes to do this. So yeah, I like answering the questions. Kind of breaks up the time, and we keep those questions coming in. And I will do my best to answer them. I won't answer them all if they're not very good questions or I've answered them before, but I always like a good, intriguing question that kind of shuts my brain off and lets me plant. Because I feel like the less I think about the planting, the better my planting is. Right now, I am not really thinking right now. I'm just changing up the size, changing up the rotation. These bushes. Nothing mind-blowing. Okay. What else do we got? Any other questions for me? Might be it. There was just 2 there. Question. Hardest course you designed? Bobby Meredith says. Not playability, but you really had to think about or blow up a bunch. Ooh. Well, I talked about this on stream tonight, actually. Probably the biggest challenge, or the course I probably least enjoyed designing, was my most recent major release, Blind Rabbit. I had to build it for a contest. I was kind of locked into a really not fun planting style, and I really rushed it. I found that course could have been so much better, but I just wasn't into it, and I was streaming a lot of it, so I felt there was a lot of pressure there. And here is nice because I'm kind of pretend I'm just talking to myself, even though you guys are all watching it. But I find this to be pressure a little bit more off. We're working on some of this inland. I promise the time lapses will come back. But sometimes it's nice to, hopefully you guys like to see some of the planting. How I do things. I'll mix it up. Like, I'll make some planting time lapse and some not. Like, if I've done like a certain planting style and like you've already seen it, I'll go with something, or I'll do a time lapse to speed things up. Yeah, so maybe something like that. Kind of like the bunkering there on the left side. Just kind of catches your eye a little bit there. Makes it a little bit more of an interesting golf shot. Maybe we rough up a little bit more here. I feel like we've finally made a bit of a breakthrough on this hole. Let's just rough this up a bit. It's an excuse to do some planting. So we'll kind of finish this planting. We'll plant over to the left there. Check out the green again. We'll do a little bit around 3, and then we really kind of have to decide how we're gonna route the course, because I still kind of like 4 and 5 going down by the coast, and 5 kind of playing in that little peninsula there where 2 is. I feel like that would be incredibly cool. So we'll see. See how she goes. Make it too blind rabbity. Said how much I hate that planting style, and it's almost identical to what I'm doing right now, so let's try to get off that train a little bit. Okay, that's... I don't want to go much more than... Perfect! Okay, so we'll fill in some of this just with a nicer rough. No. Hey. I had thoughts about planting up in here. I don't know if I'll do that yet. That's something I don't need to decide right now. Okay, so let's do a little coastline underbrush planting. Really glad you guys are liking this, and it's crazy to see the number of views on these videos in a day, like 1,000, which doesn't seem like a lot, but for me it is. And crazy to get a lot of eyes on this, and people thinking that saying it's their favorite series, so that's wild. That is just wild. Start over again. There it is. Okay. More underbrush planting. Okay. Probably a little bit of grass here. By little, I mean fair chunk. A bit of this grass too. A little heavy on the multi-plant there, but I like that. I like that. It was going to be a little bit more barren with kind of not as much underbrush, but that he does eat a lot of meter, but I prefer my trees to have some dressing on them. I don't think these need any sand dune, do they? I don't think so. Getting into the third hole here. Second and third hole. Yeah, this is probably not going to be the most exciting episode. It's mostly just kind of finishing up a few of these holes and getting... Basically, the last few episodes we've kind of been resetting the look of this course, the last 2 episodes anyway, so it's just kind of finishing that. We've gone from like a more leafy to like a more piney look, which from what I saw, I think most people are preferring. I know I am, and much as I love your opinion, at the end of the day, I'm going to go with what I like. Okay. Get a little lazy here with the grass. Feel like we're still in a pretty good spot plant meter wise, and if we're not, we can just end up ripping this up anyway. So. Same in. Probably have to heavily grass plant. We went from, at the beginning, real fine grass planting. Now I'm just spamming it. We're doing fine. I like to be at about 5% per hole, and we're well under that right now, so that's a good thing. Not overly concerned with like this tree line. Not super in play or involved. More the tree placement I find important. And, you know, as we do some more playtesting, we'll find spots that we miss and we'll clean them up and all that stuff. I tend to focus more on, you know, points of focus, where the eye is going to go. I'll focus more on planting those areas. You rush through others. This is looking miles and miles better than what it did. Rough here. No. I was going to plant in here, but I've now decided I'm not. Keep that relatively clean. We could do like a little creek, but no, that's gonna make 0 sense. Like, oh, I kind of like that. But not gonna get sucked into that. We'll probably plant on the hill a little bit. Getting a little bit messy with this planting. I always start off a planting session real fine and neat, and then I think I went too much grass there. I think there's too much going on there. I'm gonna not do that. We're getting too grassy. Maybe this is Dooney in here. I don't know. Might be kind of an interesting look. Save it. Let's see what this would look like. I'm just taking almost like a little bunker river. Kind of split in two because it's got this kind of natural hill here, so I would say they wouldn't connect. Maybe we'd have two, kind of one coming in here. Ooh, I like that. Just adds a little bit to the left-hand side, maybe? Not overly visible, but it's there. Maybe a little bit of grass planting around there just to make it look like it's not an actual bunker. It's like more of a waste area. Now we ended up adding the grass that I originally didn't want to add, but looks too good to pass up. Add a few little bushes in here. Okay. I'm feeling much better about this. I was very close to wondering if we continuing with this course or not, but we definitely are now. Kind of make its way up the hill here. I love this. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do anything up here. This is still kind of I haven't dealt with this yet, but definitely something we don't really have to focus on yet. But let's just do a quick play test of the course right now. See how she's looking, see how she's playing. Looking great, I think. So we took out kind of those bonus or those custom trees. I was liking them, and I don't know. We may revisit them again, but for now, ooh, what a shot. For now, we're not going to bother. Oh, I just missed. Oh, did I ever miss? Yeah, the green's still a bit of a work in progress. Okay, 2, so much better. I think we found 2. At least the first half. Second shot isn't there yet until we kind of continue to build out whatever's going to go in the back there. And I'm getting more and more convinced every time that there's going to be some golf holes back there just for... I think it's just going to look so much better. Oh boy. Don't miss your putts here right now. My goodness. My goodness. Yeah, the greens definitely need a little bit of work. Yeah, I really like 3. Really like 3. Beautiful. Up the hill here. Okay. I'm pretty happy right now. So, kind of next is going to be, how do we handle 4 and 5? Well, how do we handle the rest of that? Because we got to reroute this. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. We've got to reroute this. You know, I'm kind of already seeing 5 just being a really, or 4 being a real big downhill hole here. Kind of coming in like this. If I started it there. So maybe 4 just comes down to about there. Something like that. And then 5 is just going to be, that'll be my little stunner. Well, the lighting's not great. Just like something here. We said at the very beginning we were going to avoid the crutch of the ocean, but I'm not ready. I'm not ready to decide yet. I think we're going to need a little time to decide. So I'd love to hear you guys chime in on where hole 4 and 5 should go, because we got to think, if you put a hole out here, realistically, how are we getting back inland? I mean, we could fix this up. And maybe we could put a hole in here. That'd be kind of cool. Do like things on the left and right. Maybe 6 could be a short par 4 here. That would be wild. And then maybe we start making our way back up the hill. So there's options. You know, we actually could do that now that I think about it. How long is this hole? Yeah, I'm going to chew on that for a bit, but I think we're going to stop the episode there. About 40 minutes. That's what I like to keep it at. So thank you guys for hanging out again. Episode 9. I think we made a breakthrough with hole 2. I think so. But let me know. Let me know. Like I said, not there yet. Not there yet. The first half of the hole is there. The second half, not there yet. But we'll get there. So don't worry. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.